it's fading to gray. I feel everything inside me changes over and over again.
Hello, Sky Brooks, ID Discovery. The last episode on baptism does have a video. It can be viewed at the website brokenbowgenerations.com or on our YouTube channel. This show will be short and a video will soon be available. This one comes pretty fast. Here we will cover a timeless truth that has clearly been overlooked, many looking beyond the mark as it were. Evil, many ask, why is there so much evil, hate in the world? Some may even ask just the biggest question of all, just why? Well, that's what this is about. This does have reference from the scriptures. However, many believe that's a load of crap. Believe what you will, but it is true as the day is long. Let's get started. This one comes pretty fast.
In other words, these are the inherent components of mortal life. Tribulations, afflictions, grief, adversity, difficulties, death, and disaster are universal and affect everyone. Those who inflict harm often do so because their actions were irresponsible. Unfortunately, this is not always the case. Being able to make morally sound decisions is what we mean when we talk about free agency, the gift to choose, making your own choices in a free society. Only available in a few countries in the world, not in communist China or Russia, to name a few. Much of Europe are following suit. 1. There must be laws. Laws enacted by an omnipotent creator who is ever present. Laws that can be ignored or deliberately not followed. Second, there exist such things as good and evil. Third, in order to have agency, one must discern right from wrong. 4. The freedom to choose must be fully realized. If doing evil things makes you break God's rules, then evil is the opposite of good. It comes from the devil. All things that are encouraged, sparked, and spread by the evil one's power are inherently bad. He will tell 9 truths, but the 10th one is a lie, and he has you. So, evil is anything that is morally wrong, wicked, or bad. That doesn't teach or enlighten, that hides or keeps its actions secret, that hurts faith, good morals, and godly virtues. That goes against all that is right, that leads away from God and salvation. Sin, breaking God's law, being wrong, being wicked, and the worst, murder. Charlie Kirk didn't stand a chance. By that murderous decision, Charlie's agency was taken away from him in that split second. That will clearly lay at the feet of Mr. Robinson in due time. There is a special place awaiting him. For example, just like King David in the Old Testament, placing the husband Uriah of Bathsheba in the front lines of battle to be killed, so he, David, could say, hiding her pregnancy. This woman is now mine. These are all examples of evil. Many philosophers and many people are always trying to figure out where and why bad things happen to good people. However, they will never be able to do it until they accept the gospel truths. To understand what evil is and where it comes from, as well as its place in the grand system of things, you need to know the basic truths of the great plan of salvation. Evil started when the Eternal Father, God, having spirit children, he made rules and gave them free will so they could act for themselves. Not following those rules was naturally detrimental, and as a result, there was a chance of committing with no hope for progress. 1/3 of the spirit groups in heaven, including Lucifer, chose evil over good, didn't use their power for good, and were finally thrown out of heaven for open rebellion. Going on with their rebellions against everyone to break God's rules. When someone is tempted, they shouldn't say, God is tempting me, because God can't tempt anyone. It's you, just you, with the ever-present option being accountable for the evil. In his attempt to eradicate free will, Satan was expelled from heaven since his goal was to make salvation impossible for humans. 2 major organizations on our planet are plotting ways to undermine humans' inherent agency in line with Lucifer's goal of coercion. The first is the communist dictatorships. We all know who those are and are clearly wrong. The second is the Church of Satan. However, this one showered in secrecy. Most are associated with this one and don't even realize it. If you knew, it would either scare you to death or shock you to the core. Both thrive when their followers are kept in the dark about important facts and are forced to comply to their religious and party lines by the use of fear. In the movie Wonder Woman, Ares reveals himself, and his similar goal of coercion.
Alone, whispering into their ears, ideas, inspiration for formulas, weapons. But I don't make them use them. They start these wars on their own.
Conversely, the Lord's will is for all organizations, including governments, to be structured in such a way that each person can use the moral agency He's given them to make decisions about the future, and that on Judgment Day, everyone will be held responsible for their own sins. And yes, believe me when I say everyone will stand, one more time, in the presence of your Creator, your Maker, receiving some type of glory. Some say this type of glory or light. The one at the top has been recorded saying, this glory is to be the glory of the sun, or as equal as man can relate it to, the brightness. The next would be compared to the brightness of the moon, and last be not least, the light of the stars. Having said that, some may not have any glory at all. No light. Kinda scary, isn't it? To think about it. Where would you want to be? Brightness of the sun? The next, the brightness of the moon? Not as much light as the sun, is it? Or as dim of a light as in the nightly stars that they can muster. Not so bright, are they? It actually depends up to you. Dependent upon every decision you make, there is a right and wrong. Always. What glory would you believe will Mr. Robinson receive on this simple scale of light? Maybe a candlelight. I don't know, but it's not good.
Interesting mode of thought, isn't it? From what is being said, we all make the decisions, deciding where we will go after this life. Having said that, what does that really mean, receiving a glory? Glory of what? Material things, a golden harp, and 27 virgins. No, I don't think so. None of that there. Thanks for listening. Just a quick note, some videos you may want to check out. The baptism video you can catch on the site, brokenbowgenerations.com, or see the collection on the channel. Maybe a bit hard to find. You can find more at ID Discovery Skybrooks. A good point what was made earlier. Don't you find it interesting, some say, in doing these terrible things, that they hear voices in their head? I just remembered the line from the movie Wonder Woman when Ares reveals himself to Diana. He just whispers in their ears, and they make the final decision. Get with you later. See ya.
Yay!
Who are you?
You don't put any stock in this mumbo jumbo, do you?
Actually, I do.
Really?